Yep.
I keep
He is
buying
indeed a fucking
dice,
goblin.
and I'm like, oh, I should save these for when Jeff starts doing his dice resin table.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that
Oh
one
shit,
day.
we're live.
Hey, we're live.
Sure are. We fucking finally made it. Woo!
Yay! Oh, great. Other issues now.
All right. Let's fucking do this while we still can. Hey, everybody. Anybody here, anybody who wants to be here, anybody who's going to be here, I'm thankful to all of you. If you boys can make sure that you do a little shout out action, do a little promo action, try to get some people to come show up to this fucking absolutely hacked stream.
Absolutely. Now that we're actually officially starting, let me go ahead and share this post.
Yeah, go ahead, share it, put it out there, put it on the things, put it on all the Discords you're on.
I can't do that. Some of them, you don't post stuff like that.
Shit, you're saying that like I'm gonna care, and that's bold of you to assume.
I know. I see. The difference is
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us on this wonderful episode of Torchlit. We had so much fun today playing. It was really great.
It was such a blast.
That thing with the guy and the stuff and the thing, just wow.
That one merchant who did that one thing with a really big spiky object, it was fucking wild.
Yeah, man. I didn't know you could do that.
Neither did I. I learned something new today.
Well, it is amazing.
Now you do. Just call it Haunted, and it's a season event.
I also have an issue. My notes didn't save from last session.
Oh, God.
You're just now figuring that out.
No, I said my notes didn't save.
I know.
And he's saying you're just now finding that out, which is valid, because that means up until this point, you hadn't even attempted to look at your notes. We were supposed to be on at 7:30, and up until 8:02, you hadn't even attempted.
And?
All right. Hi, Melody.
Hello.
Good to see you. Yes, it's the spooky event, the Haunted Stream. All right, let me fucking get my shit in order. I can stretch out. Here we go. All right. Welcome, everybody, to System Overload. This is our bi-weekly stream where I play through a bunch of different systems and I take these guys with me. They're not always the same guys, but we all try to have fun while we're doing it. This session, we are continuing our session in Relict, and I try to stitch the story together. For those of you who didn't join us last time, we had begun the Relic system with some familiar characters and one unfamiliar character waking up in a forest. They walked their way to a campsite nearby where they ran into some people in a caravan. The caravan was on its way to the next biggest city. And they needed some help anyway. So these guys said, well, maybe we can help. You scratch our back, sort of thing. So they joined the caravan, and soon enough, fucking cockatrice attacked, and all hell broke loose, including one of their many of their people being injured, one of them risking being turned to stone. So, because they were lucky and the caravan was experienced and they had a cartographer on board, they were able to point out on a map what is supposed to be a place of healing. The House of Healing, in fact. We will join back up with our players there, but before we join up with our players, let's do a little intros. As you should know already, but if you don't, I'm Jeff, your Torchlit Twitch Master, but I may not be the same Jeff you know from before. But I'm still here to tell you a story. Joining me is Tony.
Hey guys, I'm Tony. I am playing Roland, your fun-loving adventurer who's done this a time or two before.
Also joining me is Ulvin.
Hi, I'm Ulvin, aka Left for the Last, and I am playing Dalen, who's never done this before and is excited. I only need D6s, right?
You will need more than that. This is a D12 based system.
So should I just dump the whole bag out? It's as big as my face.
Well, it's as many as you think you'll need.
Freaking goblins.
I don't know what kind of damage you roll. Almost there. Okay. And perfect.
I got another bag.
All right, so those are my players, and let us get back into this chicanery. As we join back up, they're making their way up the road to the House of Healing. The sun sets as the House of Healing finally looms into view. A heavy timber building. Sorry, there was too much of a break there. A heavy timber building emerges from the forest ahead. Warm light flickers in many high-set windows along its length, and the great front door swings open in response to Wilbur's shouts as the caravan approaches. You're approaching this building that you've been told is the House of Healing, well known as a sort of spring that has such incredible healing properties that, in fact, they built up around it this place well known to be a place of healing. The important part is that it is local. It's not like everywhere. This is a place that some know. And these are the things that you were told on your way up. Is there anything you want to do as you're approaching?
Honestly, I'm just going to sit here and keep an eye on my surroundings.
Keeping an eye out. I like that.
Keeping an eye out.
What is your passive? There should be a keep an eye out thing. Detection.
4. It's a great number. It's a Mitch number.
It's a real Mitch number you got there.
It's a bitch of a Mitch.
I'll keep that in mind. What about you, Tony? Are you still holding the hand of this man who's bleeding out? Or turning to stone? I think it was who's turning to stone.
I'm trying to soothe him, but I'm also keeping an eye on what's going on around us.
Okay. What's your passive detection?
It is a 4+1.
5. Slightly better.
So I lied. I forgot to put in my my precision. It's 8.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
4 plus 4.
yeah.
Jason Bourne.
Jesus Christ, it's
I'm
Jason
really
Bourne.
good at seeing things, especially
Yeah,
at a
you really are.
distance, through my rifle iron sights.
All right. So you're keeping an eye out. You got a passive detection of 8. It's great. So as you approach, I'm gonna have to kind of roll around here a little bit. As you approach, you see a man, a human man, who's dressed in the robes that may indicate he is someone of sort of high station. And with him is a similarly dressed human woman. They are Simon and Hannah, sorry. They greet the caravan in the main sanctuary of the house and quickly summon some others to usher the wounded away. You hear Simon say, "Chloe, Rose, come on. Hurry, hurry." And 2 other women come out and start immediately rushing people towards the medical wing. Is there anything you wish to do in this moment as they're just checking? I want to make sure that you know that you can kind of interject, that not all of this is just going to be me talking.
There's not really much that Dalen would do. Dalen would just kind of find somewhere against the wall and see what's going on, because this is the first time Dalen's been in a medical building in his life.
I have to ask, Dalen, is your original brother the same as he was always?
Yes. And that plays into how this character is built.
Okay. Then I will have to ask you one other question. So the first to come out is Bonnie. Bonnie appears to be a human, and she's quick to interact and to help out. Hey, Celestial. Then Chloe, who appears to be an elf, she comes out and is kind of much more professional, reserved as she's attempting to take in the wounded, and they proceed to take in all of the people who are wounded, including, and kind of maybe worst of all, Jeff, who suffered a sting from the cockatrice's petrifying venom.
Not Jeff.
Yeah, I know. It's the worst. Take anyone but Jeff.
Please.
You have a pretty good passive detection. I feel like it would be remiss of me not to ask for you to roll something else, Mr. Dalen. Can you roll a knowledge for me?
Yes. D12?
It's a D12 plus your knowledge skill.
10.
10.
10 total.
That's pretty good. 10 is pretty good.
Pretty good.
So you notice something oddly familiar about these people. It's hard for you to put your finger exactly on, but you definitely notice, specifically with Chloe, something strangely familiar. But you, as I said, you can't really put your finger on it. So people get moved in. Everybody's sort of checked out. They, of course, they come. They talk to you guys. You have Simon and Hannah walk up to you. Simon's like, oh, are you wounded? Either of you? Any of you?"
Dalen kind of looks around, pats himself. Nah, bud, I'm good.
That's it.
I gotta figure out a voice for Dalen.
That was it right there. That's the voice.
Nah, bud, I'm good. Thanks for asking.
All right. Of course, traveling with you is Helios. Helios says, I don't think I got hit by nothing. Don't worry about me. Roll those R's. Tony, does Roland say anything?
Roland is helping unload injured out of the carts.
Okay.
But
when
he
they
checks
check
himself
on you,
when they ask him, and I say, I'm okay, thank you. As I'm more focused on anyone else than me.
Okay. Everybody is getting loaded in. Once the commotion dies down, Simon will call another person to see to the caravan's wagons and horses. He calls, Libby, come. See to the wagons and horses. The rest of you, come have a meal in the dining hall.
Dalen's like, I don't like that guy. What is Tony's character's name again? Sorry.
Roland.
Like the ant.
Like the Dark Tower.
Also like the Dark Tower, yeah.
I literally
like
named him after an friend.
Like the amp and the Dark Tower. It's both.
And the Dark Tower, apparently. And the character from Borderlands.
Oh, yes.
Hefe, what is the NPC, the DMNPC called?
There you go. Helios.
Like the light tower from Fallout New Vegas.
Yep. Everybody's named after video game characters or video game things.
Except for Dalen. Dalen's just Dalen.
Like the character from Dark Souls?
Nope. We don't talk about those. That was a wild time.
All right.
So Dalen thinks to himself, I don't like that guy. And he follows and he goes, well, we'll say no to food.
Yeah.
As he claps Roland on the back and nods. See, that's what it was. It's the Greek god.
Yeah. I can't remember if it was Greek or Roman. I should have known because I'm Greek.
Helios walks up and says, I don't. Damn. Y'all make sure you tread lightly. We don't know much about where we are. And there could be any number of, let's call them faux pas, that we could do while we're here. Just try not to make nobody angry. And he gives it to you a nod.
I mean,
why is he looking at me like that?
Because I'm the polite one?
Well, I don't really know you if I'm gonna be honest. But beyond that, it don't matter. And he gets in real close. It seems ain't none of us from here. So maybe we take it light and easy.
Well, can't argue with that.
Hannah excuses herself. Hannah says, "Oh, I've got to go. I've got to make sure that I get everything settled out." And she rushes off. Simon
Skittish one, ain't she?
Simon walks up. No, not skittish. She's just got so much to do. She's an important role here at the House of Healing. We've been around for quite some time, the House of Healing, and we've made sure to treat all who come to our doors. Do you have any questions about the House of Healing? I would gladly tell you.
What can't you heal?
What was that, sir?
What can't you heal?
Well, there are a great many things that we may have some issues with. There are certain plagues that we have in some time struggled with. But this temple, as it started, it holds a natural spring, a pure spring, where long-lost acolytes used to pray to forgotten nature gods. Some even say that an angelic being once visited this temple. But the House of Healing, as it is now, was born over the decades. The original structure was torn down and replaced with a stone sanctuary and healers' wards built all around the spring. The house was added onto again and again, built out by donations of the thankful people to better serve its purpose, until the spring sat at the heart of this grand complex you see.
Quite fancy. Well, I'll have to step on your hospitality a little bit there, bud. Thank you.
Of course. I will say we have had quite a struggle to answer your question with specifically the red rot in recent years, but I believe that we have what it takes to beat almost any illness, or at least bring ease to any who step in our doors.
Well, that's mighty fine. It's always a good thing to hear when you can heal anything.
Of course. Well, we do our best. Now, come. There is food to be had. I'm sure your day's travels have left you wanting.
Quite parched, I am. What about you there, Rolly boy?
He's talking to you, Roland. He's going full Australian.
No.
It's a little bit more like Bostralian.
There you go.
He's going full Australian.
It's
there,
jarring. I'm still trying to comprehend everything that was just said, because I don't understand most of it.
Sounds about right.
I was so lost in the dialect, I didn't pay attention to the dialogue.
All right, boy. You ready to go? Let's get some
yeah.
on.
Let's go eat. I'm famished. I think that's what you're saying.
Come with me. Simon goes ahead and he brings you through the House of Healing to the dining area. Somewhere in here, there's a map, and I should look at that map.
So you didn't put up the map?
I haven't put it up yet.
Map. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, I like that.
That's not the map song, first of all. The map song goes, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map!
I am the Eldrator. I mean the map.
I'm the Eldritch Horror that is the map.
Yeah, you
Look for me.
Just a follower of Cthulhu. Everybody knows this.
Everybody knows rules.
Right.
Okay. How can I get just this one page? Is my question. Whatever. Okay, so we can still direct you. So you walk in. He directs you in to what appears to be a chapel-like structure in the first set of doors.
It's quite breezy in
Sorry.
here.
Yes, it appears to be a chapel-like structure. You walk into pews. This is just I'm trying to see what things are labeled because he's going to explain it. Yes, it is a chapel. As Simon goes, this is the chapel, a sanctuary, a hall that greets the entrance to the house. All the pews that face a simple lectern placed before a large clear window that looks over the center courtyard. No markings of a specific cult or faith appear in this space. Instead, a pair of statues flank the podium. One of a faceless angelic figure alight on a pool of water. The other of a kneeling, smiling human who is removing bandages from their body. As you walk, what?
Neat. I like them statues, mate. How long did it take to make those? Oh, I reckon a couple nights at least.
Yes, those were made for us, of course. Most of this structure has been built up by the wonderful donations of those who feel grateful for the help that we've been able to bring.
Oh, well, that's such a sweet story.
Yes, of course. Come with me. He leads you through a door on your left-hand side. Actually, is that really what that is? C1? Yeah, okay. He actually is not going to lead you that way. That makes... yes, he is. Oh. He's going to lead you that way because the other way is through the medical wing, and he's not going to lead you through the medical wing. So he leads you through a door on the left-hand side. Yeah, it's clearly it's clearly a hall with some couches in it. It's a wood-paneled hallway with comfortable furnishings throughout. You make your way down the hall as you enter one door and go to the right, going down to another set of doors that open up into the dormitory hallway, which he explains on the way. This is the dormitory hallway. This hallway has vaulted ceilings and exposed rafters every 10 feet, from which several chandeliers hang. Moving through the dormitory hall, you see there's rooms on either side. He says, these are the dormitories where, of course, you will have an opportunity to stay if you're here long enough, which it appears you probably will be. You have many who need to be taken care of. Leaving the dormitory hall, he says, this is the north hallway. This hallway is lit only by a skylight above. It appears to have been a later addition to the main structure. And as you walk out the dormitory hall door, you make another right. You walk down the hall past a door to another door on your left. He opens the door and he goes, "Finally, we've made it to the mess hall." Several large tables fill this room, ready to host a meal much larger than the current staff of the house would require. Come, come. Have a seat. There will be things brought to you. He
I'm
directed
sorry
you.
to jump in here real quick. I can't find a D4 to match 5 different sets I've looked through in my box. God, so much.
Well, you want your dice to match?
Yes. You don't?
I don't
He
think
doesn't
I have
give
a
a shit.
matching die.
I've got like 40 sets unopened. I'll bring you one.
I'll bring you one. I wish there was a way to share this.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, of course you are. I knew you were kidding.
I just knew that it would
It was
trigger
very
all of it.
funny.
And
Hold on.
You're right.
There's a lot of matching dice in there. But hold on.
But apparently none that match with that D4 you're using.
No, I can't find the D4 to match. I am about to have a
Oh.
panic attack. But like, when I told you I have like 40 unopened bags of dice, I've got a whole bag of dice that are unopened. Oh, one of the bags opened up. I lied.
Well, you have some that were unopened.
Yes. So he
All
leads
right.
us into the dining hall.
yes.
Yes, he leads you into the dining hall. You feel free to take a seat.
We run into Malik's. No.
Someone grabbing the brown paper bag.
Oh, that one doesn't work.
Well, that would be because
All
it's
right.
cloth that's more porous.
What about leather?
That's just kinky.
Ooh.
Nay.
I am the darkness.
Lord. The chuckle fuckery continues.
I need a horse named Butts down.
All right. On your way through,
Beach
You-
to it.
briefly spot. You briefly spot a little girl. She peeks out around a corner, and she pops in to the dining hall. She goes, "Hi, my name's Bonnie.
Jesus.
Where'd you come from?"
Damon's just like, what? Why is the
Hi, I'm
child
Bonnie.
loose? Where's the handler?
Where'd you come from? Where have you been?
This one's all you, really, boy.
Oh boy. Well, you see, it's a long story.
Ooh, I love long stories. I love long stories.
You see that fellow over there with the face and the thing, pointing at Helios.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at him.
Don't ask him.
Helios shakes his head in a
Hold on.
definitely don't.
Fuck.
You see Simon come in kind of nervously. He's like, "Oh, Polly, don't go bothering our guests. They've been through quite a lot." "I'm not bothering them. Am I bothering you?"
Apparently, the
That's
dog
what
got
she sounds
bothered.
like. That's what she sounds like.
Dalen's just gonna be like, no.
See, Daddy, I'm not bothering him. Yes. Well, I'm sure they're just trying to relax. Come, Bonnie. As he ushers her out of the room, kind of, hurriedly.
Really, boy. Is it just me, or does it seem like the people who don't like us?
I'm sorry. Was that English?
Is it just me, or does it seem like the people here don't like us?
How did you go from a Australian accent to like a British Valley girl?
Like totally. Like, I don't think these people like us or something.
God damn it, dude.
Shapeshifter. He does not have a good voice.
I say that I don't think that they do take too kindly to us.
Never in the last week did I think that there would be someone who I understand less than Helios.
Oh, that sounds like your fault then, eh, there, mate?
What?
It would appear as though they don't take too kindly to us.
Nah, I don't think so. I think they're a little
maybe
worried.
that's just because.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just because they got a job to do, and we ain't a part of that job.
We got a job to do,
and it's to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's try and find out what our job here is this time, and do that so we can not be here.
I don't
know.
That's how it worked the last couple times for me.
I don't know if that's the way that worked.
I mean, it's what worked the last couple times for me.
Sure. How long were you in the last, whatever it was?
I mean,
and for you, man, it was a while.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't super long, but you had an opportunity.
Bit.
You had an opportunity to be Roland in the world of Daggerheart. Like, you were like getting used to things, and like you're like, oh, I'm trying to establish a shop. You know,
I'm like, well, I look at Helios. I'm like, well, how long did we meet before? You know, because you were the first person I encountered in that world.
Well, we met like months and months ago.
Probably about 3 weeks before that.
Okay, so what you're telling me here is that there's a good chance that we might as well just hold it out and get used to this.
Helios is a monkey creature?
Yes, monkey creature.
Well, what did you have to do there to get out?
We didn't try to get out. I was born there.
Not you. Rolly boy.
I was there when he got the thing stuck in his arm.
Why'd you get a thing stuck in your arm?
And he holds up the arm that has this sort of cube that can't decide it's in one space. It appears to sort of be glitching and moving, and it's got these geometric tendrils that have turned it into somewhat of a bracer on his arm. And he goes, if I had made the choice, I definitely would not have chosen to get this on this arm.
Hey, you know, we have all these medical professionals around here. Maybe one of them can help us solve it. Get it out of you.
You want to let strangers poke at the weird thing on your arm?
I mean,
that sounds like
I was going to cut it off.
Right, bad time.
It's better than getting it cut off, that's for sure.
Your friend's not very friendly. He just wants to cut it off your arm.
I just wanted to save his rest of him. Who knows what that thing's doing to him? It could be wreaking havoc on his insides.
It's definitely not making him pretty.
And his face is completely different than last time. It's flatter.
I don't think nothing done made you pretty neither.
I am.
Mama didn't raise no pretty boys. I promise you that. But still didn't answer my question. What did you do to get here from your original place? By the way, I'm still keeping an eye out around us.
Yeah.
There's so much dice. I just want to.
Are you talking to Roland or are you talking to me for the
both Helios and Roland?
Helios looks at you and he goes, all of a sudden we were here. After this, all of a sudden we were here. And then he looks at Roland and he goes, apparently you the one who been doing it. What happened to you the first time?
Am I free to make something up, or do you have a story you'd like to go along with here?
I would say that I'm cool with you playing Isekai, but that first Isekai, you died.
Yeah.
So that's the only rule I'm going to impart on it.
Yeah, the first one I've already spoken of. I got hit by a truck.
And what I'll say is that this makes the third. The first one, this makes the second. The first one between there and here, and now this is the second.
Okay.
So you're no expert at this yet either.
Yeah. Well, first time I got hit by a truck. Sorry, I got to do the voice. Well, now the first time I got hit by a truck, and the second time was with our furry friend here, and we got whamped back into this world. So,
Whammed?
Yeah. Whamped. Wham bamped.
All I really know is this thing got on my arm. Then we were in a bit of a scuffle. And
There was this thing with skeletons.
And next thing you know,
a ritual. I kicked a floating card at a thing. It was pretty cool.
There was that. We were helping with a pretty powerful ritual. And
so
a place that seemed like a nexus of power. So that was part of what happened before this.
Excuse
me. So we have no clue then.
Helios kind of shakes his head.
Well, I mean, no balls. And I punched the fucking cube.
Yeah, I mean, I guess roll a d12 to hit.
Blue or orange?
Orange. Add your might.
11.
Yeah, you hit it. Bang. It kind of like it stutters and doesn't like existing in one space, and it does that thing where it kind of like where like pieces of it go out in cubes, like that type of crystal that cubularly grows, but then it goes right back, and the whole time while that's happening, Helios is sitting there just mouth agape, eyes as wide as they could be, like that ape from Planet of the Apes. Oh no. And but silent. Once it settles down, he goes, there are so many words that I could try to use to describe what the fuck that was like, but none of them will be accurate. In both,
did it hurt?
A little. It felt all kinds of weird, and more than anything, it was terrifying because I don't know what the hell this thing is.
Can I shoot it next?
No,
definitely not. Definitely not.
Why not?
I don't want to make it angry.
Can I
first time is like that?
Analyze the cube?
Sure. I'll give you a moment to give it an analyze.
I know I don't see anything really on the because I'm an antiquarian.
Sure.
I don't see anything specific skills that says it on there, but it has like a flavor thing about how I delve into dungeons and seek lost and mysterious artifacts, but it doesn't really give me a specific ability for it.
Sure.
But can I use that as some kind of flavor bonus?
Well, does it give you? Is its prime stat knowledge?
Prime stat is yes.
If its prime stat is knowledge, then the bonus it'll give you is that you get to roll knowledge.
Cool. I will roll a knowledge with a +2. That is a 12 + 2 for 14.
Wow, that's a crit. Shoot, damn. Pardon me, so sorry. Yeah, you fucking crit. I don't know. Is there anything else you want? You look over it, and it is with all of your knowledge from the places you've been and some weird understanding of things here. You are doing your best to sort of it's just built on a Dinomancer. It's not even anything different than a Dinomancer yet. That's crazy. Anyways, you see it and you kind of go through in your brain all of these things. You look at it at different angles. Try not to poke it too much. And there's two things you can be certain of. This thing probably holds immense power, and you have no idea what the fuck that means. While this was happening and you were looking, everything was going down as it was going down.
Mm-hmm.
Or as, not while, as Hannah comes in. She goes, huh. Oh, pardon me. I've just come to announce that the wounded are all stable and resting.
Thank God.
And that rooms have been prepared for all of you as well as anyone else who's survived the trip. They'll be just in the dormitory wing, which I believe you passed through on your way here.
Yes.
I must go ensure. Sorry, I was reading, so I had a little fucking brain pause. I must go ensure that Simon and Bonnie make their way to bed. Pardon.
Thank you. After she leaves, I look at Helios. I'm like, well, I got good news and I got bad news.
Oh, do start with the bad news.
I have
I'm
no idea
used to
what the
that.
fuck this thing is.
Wonderful. So what's the good?
It's immensely powerful for whatever the fuck that means.
So if maybe I'm hearing it right, it's potentially something that could, like, I don't know, level a city, and it's like attached to my arm.
That, or it might make you filthy rich, or it might give you superpowers, or it could level a city. or at the very least, like 15 square blocks.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
Helios just turns slow and looks at you.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with you there, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
He's
It's been a few
Australian,
times I've
man.
been
Of
hitting on
course
the head a
there is.
little too hard.
Huh. Well,
That's my new word for you, by the way, is Australian.
Australian. Word of the day, Australian.
If I could pick
so-
a single accent and use it, I would.
It was that or Austonian, and
Estonian.
He could be Estonian. He could be Baltic. He could be like Baltic Dad. Forgot the parsley.
No,
Instead,
they're just weird voices, so
that was Canadian.
That was Midwestern.
That's fair.
Like I said, weird shit's gonna happen tonight.
You're right, man. You're right. All right. You guys can continue in this scene for as long as you want, but rooms have been made ready for you.
What about food? I was promising.
Food came out. Food came out.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, food has come out.
If I had known that,
You
I
have
would have never
food.
punched his arm. I would have just been. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, food has come out. It's a nice selection of meats and breads and medieval food. There's some vegetables there. It's relatively fresh. They have a kitchen, so it's pretty fresh. Not a lot of seasoning. It's kind of bland.
Food.
Yeah. You
So
know how
Midwestern.
much the spice trail fucking revolutionized all of fucking Europe? Let me tell you.
So Midwestern food.
You ever eat mutton without salt? What are you, new? That thing's on fucking talk? Anyways.
Oh boy.
So yeah, you can live in this scene for as long as you guys want. I'm just letting you know that you can, whenever you're ready, you just depart.
Roland is ready for bed. Roland is tired. The Roland doesn't take shit from nobody.
So
Roland makes his way to bed. Do you say something on your way?
that no,
Did you say no?
I don't say anything on the way.
No, does Roland say something on his way out?
I just thank anyone who I pass to the twin room that's helping out there. Kind of thank them.
Okay, well then as you get up, because it feels crazy that you didn't, Helios goes, you off to
I said Roland is tired. Roland is going to bed.
Oh, in character?
Roland is exhausted. Roland is ready to go into third person mode.
The boulders no longer conflicted. All right. Yeah. I probably won't be too far behind you.
Fair enough.
And Helios sits there and slowly picks at his bread and his meat and dips his bread in some weird gravy stuff. Just eats.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's Midwestern food.
I'm going to go ahead and get up. Look at his and go, night, bud. See you tomorrow. And then I'll head to bed, except as I walk out, I will cast Shadow Meld on myself.
Tell me what that does.
Its tags say buff, speed, stealth, search, utility. It doesn't give me a full description. It says, so long as you're sustaining this ability, your speed increased by +5 in dim light and +10 in darkness. I'm assuming it's a stealth spell.
Sure. It sounds like you just move quick in shadows. Really?
And kind of blend in with shadows.
Does it say it as a one of
It
the?
does not say anything other than what I
Sorry,
just
what are the
told you.
tags again?
Buff, speed, stealth, search, utility.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, you could use it. You can go ahead and roll a hide in addition to that, and I'll give you whatever the mana cost is a plus. The mana or the whatever cost, whatever the cost is a plus
For
to the
the
roll.
cast or the maintain or the sustain.
For the cast.
13.
Okay, you're hidden, dude. You're moving through these shadows.
And while
Okay,
I'm
we are
hidden
inside.
through these shadows, I'm going to investigate a little bit.
Okay. I will work on trying to get you a picture of this motherfucker.
I don't necessarily need the picture because I don't want to run through this too long. What I'm looking for is
Yes.
anything that looks suspicious, auspicious, or downright dangerous to me and my two new buddies, Ruddy Boy and
Okay.
Helio.
Well, we're going to go through it this way. So you walk out the doors that you came in here. You have been, since you walked out the only doors. Actually, there's not the only doors. But you walked out the door, making it obvious you left the place. It does kind of sound like Azrael's shadow move.
If it helps,
So
it's called a shadow mage.
it does help a little. Yeah. So you know that if you go right, you'll go back the way you came towards the dormitories. You also know that way there will be some more doors, but you don't really know what's on the other side of those doors. If you go left, you'll head a new way. Which way would you like to go?
I'd like to go to the new way.
Okay. So you head left from here down a hall. You go down a hall for a little while. And when you reach the end, on one side, you see a set of double doors to your right and a single door to your left. Which direction are you choosing to go?
Let's go right. Can't go wrong with that.
All right. As you go right, Celestial agrees. Go right.
Go right. All right.
As you go right, what was your roll again? 13, you said?
13.
Okay. Let's just kind of compare some stuff here. Compare, contrast, these types of things. Real quick, can you tell me what adds to your detection? Is it precision? Precision.
Precision.
Fantastic. All right.
All right.
Oh, yes, this useful. Decisions, precisions. That's not the one I wanted. This is the one I wanted. This is great, though, if these words are still useful. Oh, only a little bit. Okay. Moving. You said 13?
Correct.
Well, you come in through the door, the set of double doors, super sneaky like. and you notice you instantly kind of hear the sounds of labored breathing, some labored and pained breathing, as well as some people probably in a little bit of pain, trying to sleep. You, without too much thinking about it, can assume that this must be the medical wing. As you enter, you see there are rooms to your left and your right as you move down a long hall. You hide in a corner and you see that there are people still moving here. Some of those people from earlier, Abby, Chloe, so on and so forth. What do you want to do?
For the ones that are injured, I want to see if anything looks off about how they're being treated or healed, or I'm looking for shit not right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's fucking get into it. Totally foregoing the sleep.
Well, like I said, I wanted to speed through it quickly. I was hoping, with the decent in our foliage, she'll be like, oh, it's just a bunch of sick people. Hey, you found this note that says we're gonna kill all the sick people.
No, man, we got to play this out bit by bit.
Sorry, Roland.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Depth.
Actually, let's make
sleeping just to set the mood here, but
Shit, hold on. I can help.
Not good enough to have seen. I realize I rolled the wrong die. Shit.
Like Duck, Goose, just start tapping them on the heads. Duck, Goose. Hey, wake up! You gotta chase me now.
Duck.
Hey, kids, you want to see a dead body?
Hey, you want to see a dead body?
Hi, kids. Do you like violence?
Want to watch me stick these Senate jails through each one of my eyelids?
Okay, so
me? That's the guy did?
Try Sid and get more fucked up than my life is. My brain's dead weight.
We can still get banned for lyrics. Just saying.
Fair enough.
What if we did spoken word poetry?
You can actually still get banned, but because it's a lyric.
That's so dumb.
Welcome to Twitch. Because the new AI, I shouldn't say the AI program they use to monitor is faulty, and they refuse to fix it or admit it. It has been proven.
So, as you start looking around, you see the injured members. As you start looking around, you see the injured members of your caravan are in a poor state. They appear to be held in the medical ward. Of course, that's where you would expect them to be, and seem to be deteriorating, or maybe not even deteriorating, but not doing better, despite the idea that that's the whole reason they're here. Of particular concern is Wilbur, who you see seemed well enough when you got here, but now that you're looking at him, he looks a little sicker than he looked before. But you are slinking around, doing your best to avoid being seen, and I don't know, according to the rolls I made, succeeding. So, nobody here appears to be getting better. No, not Wilbur the pig. Wilbur's one of the guys from the fucking caravan, you silly Billy Hugh.
Okay. That doesn't make me healthy. Help.
It sure doesn't make you healthy.
That doesn't make me happy. Is Wilbur a pig man?
No. He's just a
Sick.
regular guy.
Melody's question has been answered. All right.
Is that Melody or Celestial?
Sorry, Celestial. We're all green on my screen. And
Give him the old green screen.
That's what they all say. Okay.
Who's Melody? She was in the chat earlier. I don't know if Melody's still there. She was on the subway, so I think we lost her.
Yeah, I think we did too. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna look at this and go, "Oh, that's not right." All this nice knowing you, whatever. I'm gonna keep moving on.
Okay, so let's go back to the little map, and I'll direct you through the place. This is fun, isn't it? So, just so that we can get the descriptions in real good. The room you're in now, as I've said, is Roland is legit asleep now.
Just to speed it up a little bit, if it's a medical ward, I just peek in, take a quick look, move on.
You're in the medical ward. You've looked at these people. The medical wing. Sorry, this wing is divided into semi-private rooms, whose walls do not reach past the exposed raptors above. So I imagine, like, you're so slinky and stealthy at this point, you might even be walking along the rafters.
I'm one with the shadows.
You can see kind of Chloe and Rose moving through the place as you make your way through it. You can choose to make your way through it towards the other end, which you might assume is near the entrance you came in, or you can choose to go back.
Just keep moving on.
Okay. So you make your way through. Is there anything specifically you want to look at, or anyone you want to kind of like look at more closely?
I not really. I'm just trying to find anything that just. Why there's a chainsaw going off? Literally just looking for shit like just. Dalen has a massive distress for free healthcare.
Not a socialist.
For donation-based free healthcare. That's wrong. First off, there's something weird going on. People are being experimented on, tortured, killed. They're being replaced. Oh my god, it's the living plastic from Doctor Who.
Yes.
It's the living plastic. That's it. You figured it all out.
Roland also has an unhealthy fear of free healthcare, but for different reasons, as will be found out later in the series.
It's
socialism. He's afraid of socialism.
No, we're not afraid. We'll throw hands with it. But just to kind of speed things, I'm looking for anything that is like objectively out of place.
Okay. I'm going.
Dalen is
sorry.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah, Dalen is for sure a nut.
It's Balin's brother. What did you think was going to happen?
This is exactly what I thought was going to happen.
I will have to bring in Balin in one of these publicized games eventually.
I'm sure it'll be the DMPC that you bring in when you run one of these. What are you talking about?
I would never make Balin a bad guy, a BBEG against you. Never.
Go ahead and roll me a precision check, and it's going to count for everything
from this point on.
Yes, it'll be like everything you're looking at will be subjected to this precision check.
Blue or orange?
Blue.
11.
11 still pretty solid.
Wait, hold on. No. 9 plus 4. 13. I don't know why I said 11.
I don't either, because that's not what you rolled, clearly.
English, numbers, words,
Hard.
things, math.
It's hard
What
out
is
here.
math?
What are magnets and how do they work?
How do those work? Okay, let's see. You went through here. So you
If
don't-
it does help, just because I'm stealthy in shadows, it does not mean I pass through walls or crevices or cracks and things like that.
No.
I do have a spell for that, though.
I'm sure you do. I don't doubt it one bit. There's just one. So here's the thing: you're doing things in such a way that, like, it doesn't.
Did I break it? Did I throw it off?
No, you did. It literally. What I'll say is to the credit of this, is that it goes, hey, sometimes some shit probably won't go the way you expect it. So that's okay too. Make for me a cleverness check, and then I'm going to try to wrap that all up into what potentially you're seeing on your way through.
I knew I should have put more points into that. All right, I'm going with orange because I did not
Go with
see
it.
celestial earlier. Roll the 9 again, so 10.
Okay. 10. All right.
By the
Okay.
way, the tinfoil hat is currently in the microwave. It's being cleansed.
You put tinfoil in the microwave, you monster.
No, I would never do that. The government says don't do that. Remember, the government never lies.
Tinfoil's flying. It's forks and spoons you gotta watch out for.
Exactly. Whatever you do, don't put them in toaster when there's a thick layer of dust in the air.
Also, no 9mm bullets, but 45 and 10 to live by.
In the microwave?
Depends on how long you bake them.
Okay,
we're getting
I'm
into
just
some
being
dangerous
disappointed.
territory here.
You're just fucking saying some crazy shit. Okay, so I'm going to try to give you
I had
everything
to.
that I
I'm
feel
stiff.
like you might get a chance of seeing. So you rolled an 11 on your cleverness. Sorry, a 10 on your cleverness. You rolled a
13.
13 on your precision. Let me get one last roll. It's a knowledge roll. And if you really knock this one out of the park, it's going to get weird quick.
Blue, orange, or purple?
Purple.
Blue.
Yeah,
Leave it
no
to the
purple
chat.
yet.
Leave it to the chat. Leave it to the chat. Blue, orange, or
Blue,
purple?
orange, or purple?
Chad agrees with me. Purple.
Celestial
Purple.
says purple.
Okay. So first off, purple is the way to go.
Yeah.
It's a 15
crit?
total. I should have been listening to chat this whole time.
You should have.
Yeah. Okay, so you crit. That's a 15 total. That's
Hella.
a good one.
That's
That is a
hella
good
right there.
Okay. So fuck it. Let's go.
This is
I'm
Go
not
back to this map.
dating Loki's daughter.
What?
That's Hela.
Oh, I thought that was the sister.
It depends. Are you going through Norse lore or MCU?
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's all confusing.
All right,
either
so-
way you look at it.
You're moving your way through. You're moving your way through the ward. At some point, you're going to get close to either Rose or Chloe. And I rolled a luck check. So is Chloe. As you
Wait, Chloe. Which one was Chloe again?
Decker.
Chloe was the one who was kind of more reserved and a little hot. Hot, not like hot, but hot. Haute.
Okay.
With those kind of pretty great roles and the fact that none of them can see you, you look at her and you finally get it as she looms terrifyingly over one of these one of these sick people. You're like, fuck, I remember. That's why you seem so familiar. You also suck blood. You shisty bitch.
Yeah, fucking cook.
So you see that. You can react or not. It's on you. But you now get it. You can either choose to keep moving through, see what else maybe you see or you come across, or you could end it there. But now that you know that,
You said this is Chloe, right?
This is Chloe. She's like for real a vampire.
Not Rose. I don't see Rose doing this.
No, you don't see Rose doing this. Do you want to go find Rose? She's probably around. Give her a look as well.
No, because Dalen sees this and goes, "Oh, they're gonna die. I gotta go to Rolly Boy," and I go to Rolly Boy to the point where I jump on his bed, shaking him awake.
So you just take the quickest route you think you can find.
Yeah, to be fair, especially. Hope I can.
Yeah, you are still trying to stay hidden, so you find your way to the door on the other side. You go through this surprisingly well lit, so it's hard for you to stay hidden. Chapel, maybe not surprisingly, it's a chapel. You go through there.
Trust me, there's plenty of dark spaces in a chapel for two people to hide.
You make your way all the way to the other side, back to the dorms. You find the dorm that he's in. You jump on his bed and you go, Rolly Boy, Rolly Boy, Rolly Boy.
And he starts shaking him awake. Rolly Boy, Rolly Boy.
Fuck, bro, what?
They're bloodsuckers.
Who?
The Chloe, the bitch. I watched her fucking go up to the sick people and start sucking on them.
Like
you
a
didn't
skeeter?
really see her to be clear, you didn't really see her, but she did loom over them in such a way that was like, oh, light bulb. But you can assume that she's probably been siphoning their blood in some way, shape, or form.
Like a skeeter?
The fuck's a skeeter?
Like, mosquito.
Fuck's a mosquito.
The fucking bugs that suck. Never mind.
No, bat. Big bat. Evil bat. Big fangs. Pierce, suck, dead.
Oh, vampire.
Yeah, bloodsucker.
Okay, sure. What about it?
They need to die.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our quest, you think?
David looked surprised, like, oh yeah. Sure. Yeah, mate. That's a quest.
I need like silver or some shit, right?
Chop them into bits.
Any
Some
old
into
sort
the
will do?
water. Burn some. Take a head. Punt it.
Fuck it.
But
Here we go. I start waking up and grab my kit, put on my breastplate and my sword.
to be fair, I would go off of Dalen's knowledge of bloodsuckers, and I don't know how well that would translate to this system.
You have no idea. So you literally will go off whatever you know.
Yeah.
Because you don't know this system either.
Which is more than I know, because the only vampires that Roland knows of are those in movies.
Yeah, you're literally going to base it off of whatever you know from the system that Dalen would have been from.
Yeah, pulling that up right now, which, fun fact, Pathfinder 1st edition.
I knew that. The chat didn't, though. So,
Holy water.
so you're sitting there. He's starting to wake up, and then you just hear a, and as if all of a sudden more space had suddenly appeared in a dark corner, with his arms crossed and one of his fingers in his mouth. He goes, you see Helios, and he goes, you boys, not quite the quietest when you got people right next door. Not really enough. That
put a
might have
hand
been
on
'cause I
Helios'
wasn't really
shoulder.
sleeping.
You want to help us, whatever the fuck thing?
We got to go hunting tonight.
I didn't really hear exactly what all that commotion was about, but
I grab both his shoulders and bring them real close to my face, like uncomfortably close, and I whisper, "Vampire."
huh.
Do you know anything about those?
I don't know nothing that's good about him. That's what I know.
Should I fashion up some crosses?
Silver. Lots of silver.
Crosses might be good. You realize we're in the middle of the night, though, so this is maybe the worst time to try to fight him.
That's right.
Well, it's also the best because they're not expecting it. They might be weary of us because we're new. They saw what we did to the giant cock, but that doesn't mean they're expecting us to be there.
The giant cock.
So, do we know who all of them are? Is it all the people working here, or just some of them?
My son, I would assume most of them, or even not most of them. I would assume the higher up ones. Chloe's sneaky little one. She's one for sure. We can always catch her, take her, convince her to talk. I have no idea what the fuck happened with that voice right there.
Me neither. So for sure, Chloe, you think maybe the abbot and the abbess, that be if I remember correctly, Simon and Hannah, they got a little one. You think maybe the little one too?
No. Not the wee little pint. I don't think Simon either. But
Okay.
they were pretty fucking nervous.
So what about Rose, the other healer?
I saw her making rounds just like Chloe. But it was either look for one, follow one, or get you guys to make sure none of us die.
All right.
Fuck, that's bright.
Shit. Yeah. Let me just scroll down and well, if you think that it's maybe a couple of them, maybe we start with who you know for sure. Where I see it, we got two options. We could gather more information now that we know. Maybe we find out who isn't. Sorry, I'm letting that pass.
No worries.
Or we can go get the one that we know. Try to do what we do. Kill it, something. Kill it, catch it, control it. And then wait to see what happens.
You gotta stop making sense, bud. might be best to get more information. Keep an eye on the one we know, the ones we suspect. If we take one out tonight, even for some questioning, they're gonna know it's us. I don't know about you.
I mean,
That ain't a pot I want to stir right now.
Does that mean I go
we
back
don't
to bed?
know. We don't know how many there is. It could be all of them. It could be none of them. At this point,
Definitely
it's
one
a
of
big risk. Well, it could be none of the other ones. At this point, it's a big risk. But now I don't think that, personally, I'm going to be able to sleep. So if I ain't going to go on, I ain't going to be going to sleep, then I might as well go see what I can see.
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't get caught.
Oh, don't worry. I'm pretty good at not getting caught.
Really, boy. You're doing all right.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of how I can contribute to this because unlike you two fine gentlemen, I'm not exactly the stealthy type.
Ooh, that is true. That is true.
If you want, I can go be annoying.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said I could maybe go out and be annoying and cause some kind of distraction, asking a bunch of questions that have nothing to do with anything.
Well, that could be helpful.
Would it be better to have some backup hiding around the corner, waiting for it, just in case you get jumped? Or should we both be out investigating?
What I'll do is I will, because I was very concerned about these fine people that had brought us to this establishment. I can go and ask the healers about their conditions and see if it's okay for me to go check up on them. And maybe while I'm doing that and they're giving me a tour, y'all can kind of hide in the shadows and kind of see what you can see from the things. And if I need help, we start this candle going and just fucking roll with it.
It's not a bad idea. I have fucking words.
They already know I'm overcautious about them. And I do have medical training. I'll keep an eye out for bite marks.
I ain't no way of knowing for sure that bite marks are going to be a dead giveaway, y'all.
Well, no, but it's at the very least, if multiple people have fucking marks about the size of my canines on them, they're probably getting attacked by vampires.
Mr. Wilbur, go find him first. He's definitely the worst off. He was looking more green and less healthy than when he arrived.
I do want to be clear that he may not be the worst off, but he is worse off than when he started.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
I put on my gear, my coat, and I walk back in the hall towards the medical wing, and I'm looking for one of the assistants or the healers.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, because
can I derail this?
A little, but
oh fuck.
But it's okay. I let you do this. I kind of planned for this to some degree. So you can do something called incrementing the die.
Okay.
Typically, this is done to make things harder. So we always roll a d12, but you could roll if I'm like, that's something that's pretty hard for you to do, it's a long shot, I'd say, oh, roll a d10 instead. So you have less of a chance to be able to get anything out of what you want. On the other end of that, I could be like, oh, well, you're doing, I could take that all the way down to like a D4 or whatever. But on the other end of that, I could be like, well, instead, I'll increment you up. I don't think they have like an advantage system more than that. So I'm going to, within the confines of the things that you'll need to do here, if it involves investigating and finding something about vampires, since you already know that's what you're looking for, I'm incrementing everybody's dice up 1. So if you have a set of 7 dice, the next increment up, can anybody guess what that is?
12 would go to 20, right?
The next increment up is a 20, which means you can now roll way better than you could have before. Doesn't mean you will, but it does mean you can. Yes. You will still add whatever you would add to these rolls along the way. The next step up from that would be incrementing up to a D100. We're not doing that, but this is just for the sake of telling you how the game works.
Yeah.
So, welcome to it. You're officially able to hit like the impossible stages of DCs because I've incremented up your dice in certain things.
Fair enough.
At level 1, what a place to be.
So deals are blasting.
Yeah. So anything that has to do with specifically gaining information about vampires or these people as vampires, investigating them in this sort of way, you're incremented up. You roll a d20 instead. I will also say that will apply. I will say you are now incremented down anytime you have to talk to one of these people directly in like keeping your cool, because the stakes just got majorly raised. So if it's finding stuff out, you can roll a d20. If it's like, hey, you just interacting with any of the staff at all, you're incremented down to a d10. Does that make sense? And does it sound fair to everybody?
Sounds fair to me.
My only question is, what if, while speaking to these vampires, I am picturing them as Leslie Nielsen from Dead and Loving It? And so it doesn't terrify me as much because I have that context in my head more than the context of vampires actually exist.
You know what? As useful as that sounds, I don't think it changes anything.
Fuck. All right. It was worth a shot.
Worth a shot.
I mean, you the worst he could say is no. Always ask.
Yeah. But I've been a rule of cool, bro.
I think I've been pretty cool. All right. So right now, just so I know the plan, we got the 2 people who can be sneaky are going to go out, hit that sneak, and try to gather some information. Meanwhile, we're going to have Roland doing potentially running interference, which means doing what?
I am gonna try and find one of the healers and ask them if it's okay for me to go and check on the people who we arrived with, just because I have some medical background and I want to make sure that they are okay. Just because and see if there's maybe something I can do to help, because I can't sleep because I'm worried about them.
As well as I will be kind of watching and following from the shadows, because I do not want this man by himself.
Okay,
Not because
so
I fear what he will do, but I fear what they might do.
Yeah, don't mind me. Just doing my I'm just doing my dance over here.
Just a little dancey dance.
I do my little
Little
dancey
dancey
dance. I have to see some
Safety
Look at
dance.
all of these. I'm doing a safety. That's as far as I'm gonna go with that. I really don't want to get fucking canceled for safety dance.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. It's so hard. I love quoting things like that. No, I can't do it.
I hate to.
So the two you're gonna roll together. I'm gonna need a stealth, which will be a precision roll. It's a D12 precision roll. And I'm going to I'm going to change the rules up a little bit, and I'm going to say, what is your main stat for Shadow Mage? Primary stat.
That's what I'm pulling up. Cleverness. Fuck, man. I should have been sticking with this purple die all night.
What'd you roll, bud?
I rolled an 11.
Wow.
Before bonuses. I might need to test this purple die. I don't know if I trust it anymore.
Might be a bit unfair, huh? A bit of an unfair advantage.
It's got a extra special look to it, so it might have been accidentally heavier to one side.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
But yeah, rolled an 11 before bonuses. So my main stat from the Shadow Mage is cleverness.
Okay. So what I will do is, if you're going to try to use the same thing from before, the whatever, the shadow milled,
Mm-hmm.
I will allow you to add your cleverness on top of precision.
$17. No. 4, 5, 16. 16.
Yeah, I was going to say 17 feels wrong, because that means you've just been dumping all your stats into those two things. I think there's a cap that they could be.
Nope. Just however many points you have.
Oh.
One of the examples they give us on the site shows a guy with fucking +8 in might. I was like, fuck.
Fuck
I
me.
got that nightly fortitude, so.
Yeah, but how they've spec'd it out, it's like on the site, it's like 8 might, 3 precision, 0 cleverness, 0 knowledge, 1 in willpower, 2 in fortitude. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, you're really focusing on what you think you're good at, huh? That's what that sounds like, at least. Okay, somewhere in here is there's what I wanted to find.
I also have that bonus in willpower.
So total of 16 for stealth.
Fortitude, willpower, might.
Sorry, I'm just looking over something I crit, so I have to look at all the different crit options.
You crit on an attack?
No,
I thought we were just being
attack.
sneaky. Fuck.
No, he crit on being sneaky.
Helios?
Yeah.
Good boy.
He's so fucking sneaky right now. I'm gonna peek behind the
Helios
curtain.
just
Peek behind the
disappeared.
curtain. He's sneakier than you are, bud.
Oh shit.
So Helios just like disappears from reality, like into the fabric of time and space.
Helios just doesn't really exist anymore. He's just like, what?
I realized why Helios's name has been itching my brain. Stelios Cantos. The whole fucking American dad bit.
Stelio, conto, Stelio.
Stelio.
There you go.
God. Roland, what are you so tired for, man? We're hunting the bloodsuckers.
Because he was trying to sleep, but you just woke him up.
I know. I'm an asshole.
Yeah. And Tony's tired because he's been up since 4 this
Who's pounding on my wall?
Sorry. I let the dogs out.
Who let the dogs? No, I'm not doing that.
You know what? I guess maybe
That
I'll
one's
just
not worth
bank
it.
the fate point because I don't think I need better than an 18 stealth. Nobody can fucking see me. You know what? Fuck it.
Dude, man looks right at you.
Nobody can see me now. It's now a 20 stealth. Fuck it. I could have banked a fate point, but I decided to just be truly, truly unseen. All right, so I'll handle fucking Helios on the side. He's completely invisible to anybody who could ever want to try to see him. What do you two do?
Like I said before, I'm going to go find one of the healers
Mm-hmm.
and ask them if I can check up on or help them with checking up and tending to the people we brought in with us because I have some medical training and I can't sleep because I am a worry-wart like that about the people who helped me out before. And I'm just going to kind of not be like rude and obnoxious, but like that kind of dumb obnoxious where it's like I don't understand if they tell me no.
Oh,
Like,
himbo.
I have the ability to help you guys. I really just like I have medical training. I want to be useful. I need this in my life. It gives me purpose and I need to do something. Otherwise, I'm going to go insane.
Yeah. You go. Let's see. Who might you run into first? If you're going, you make your way back through the hall, through the series of halls, and through the chapel. Once you get through the chapel, you make your way. You know that there is on the other side is the medical ward. There, you know that there are 3 people that you could potentially run into. You could run into Hannah, who is supposed to be one of the people who works on the healing, one of the healers, as well as being the abbess. You could run into Bonnie. Sorry, Bonnie's a child. You could run into Chloe, who you know now is a vampire for sure. Or you could run into Rose, who is a fiendling racially. So she looks like a fiendling, is like a part fiend creature.
Kind of like a tiefling.
Yes, I just didn't want to make that direct comparison, but yes, it would be a tiefling.
For those of you
would be
familiar with
analogous.
5e.
Yes, if you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, it would be analogous to a tiefling. Those are the 3 that you could run into on your way. I will say.
Let me roll a d6.
Yeah, roll a d6. The higher the roll, like if you get, we're gonna break it down like it's a d3. If you end up with a 3, 3 is big time. That's Chloe. 2 will be the Abyss, and 1 will be Rose. Right. So you know how that breaks down, right?
Yeah.
Rolling it like it's a D3. I don't know.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is 1 and 4, 2 and 5, 3 and 6.
Yep. You got it, bud. Roll it.
That's a 1.
1. So you make your way in and you almost bump into Rose. Rose appears to be a dedicated up until this point has appeared to be a dedicated healer. She looked like she was ready to based on what you heard from Simon, like she's ready to become the next head healer almost. But looks like she gets along well with everybody the little bit you've gotten to see her. Despite her apparently, well, no, sorry, not despite her, but like all said and done, she looks like she fits in a good part of the team. She doesn't look like she's too blah blah blah. Anyways, you run into her, and you almost bump into her. She goes, "Oh my goodness, what are y'all doing here?"
I'm sorry, I couldn't sleep, and I have a little bit of medical training. I figured I'd see if maybe I can help or do something because I gotta have a way to keep my mind occupied, or I'm just gonna go crazy or whatever. And I need to do something. I feel bad. These people took me in and helped me out, and I just want to make sure they're okay.
Oh, bless your heart. There's not much that could be done. They're resting. We're just keeping an eye. We're doing our
maybe I can like
applying our specialty healing trade.
I get that. I want to be useful.
Of course, the best way you can be useful is you can get some rest.
I tried that.
Rest your weary bones.
There was just this thing jumping up and down in my conscience that just said like, "Hey, you need to be here to help these people. This is your calling. You need to do it."
Well,
it's what I did in the previous life, and it's what I got to do here.
Well, I hate to be one who pushes up against one's calling, but I can't be certain there's anything that you can do.
Are we next to one of the individuals? Like, is there like a bed nearby?
There's a bed like somewhat nearby, but she caught you in the door.
Yeah, I know.
You haven't really gotten very far.
Yeah. Okay.
So like yes, but like no. Like you're in the hall.
Not one that I could kind of peek in and take a glance at.
Not really.
Are you sure there's nothing I can do? Maybe just walk through and just make sure they're okay, just so I can see it. See if maybe there's something. I won't make a noise. Be quiet as a mouse. I promise.
Well, we don't want to risk you getting. Hold on, sorry, I'm reading. So reading and talking is not always the most conducive. You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, I appreciate all your help, but we don't want to risk you making their conditions worse. You bring with whatever you might bring with you. We try to keep a very safe environment here. We are well trained.
I understand. I don't know. There's just something gnawing at me that says, like, this is what you got to do, Roland. I used to kind of pursue a career in medicine. My life kind of got uprooted, and I couldn't do nothing with it anymore. And I feel like this may be a chance for me to reintroduce myself to that calling again. Can I make a persuasion of some kind?
Persuasion is cleverness.
Persuasion, but it would be under cleverness. But
yes, it would be like a cleverness roll. You can absolutely make a cleverness roll.
Okay. Am I doing that with the dice down or?
Yes, you are.
So it'd be
You're going
a
down
D10?
a dice to keep your cool.
All right. That's 10. Not a natural 10. With my bonus, it's 10.
Yeah, a natural 10 would have made you. Would you?
With 12.
Probably would have got you above that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's play this out.
All right.
She goes, listen, darling. I'm sure you mean the absolute best, but you have to know and you have to trust that around here we're the experts in healing. And she puts her hand on your chest and she says, don't you worry. And she kind of gently pats your chest. We will do everything we can. But no matter how well trained you think you are not really suited to be moving in this room. So just head yourself right on back to sleep there, darling.
I kind of have like a dejected look on my face, just like full on sad puppy dog eyes and stuff like that. Can I make a, what would it be?
Let's see what.
I guess it would be knowledge on her to see if I see anything that's off, or would that be under precision? No, that would be maybe
no
deduction, cleverness.
So deduction is under cleverness. Yes, absolutely. So I will let you roll a deduction here.
Okay.
A roll cleverness for deduction.
And this would be with the D10 or?
No, this is with a D20. You're trying to see if she's a vampire or somehow related to them, correct?
Yes.
So you get to size up. D20 that motherfucker.
Well, that's definitely good. It's not a crit, but it's a 17.
You can't crit once you go up.
Yeah.
Crits don't no longer count because it's a 12.
That's a 17 plus 2 for a 19.
Yeah, it's a good roll. Hey, that's a good roll right there. Let me tell you, that's a pretty good roll. Pretty good roll. You know, I hate to tell you this, but that's a pretty good roll. Yeah, dude, you like start giving her the eagle eye. You're like, oh, what's up with you? Now, here's the thing. You don't know really shit about vampires. All you know about vampires is from vampire movies.
Yeah.
But you are looking her over. You're like, you remember the things that Dalen said in the brief moments before you went out. Like, look out for this. Look out for this. Like, listen, I know a few things about vampires. And so you're kind of like keeping your eye open, and you can't be certain that she's like a full-on vampire, but you're like, oh, use with them. That's what you think. You'll use with them.
Use like maybe a thrall or something.
You don't really know, but she with him.
Kick him in the dick.
She's a lady, so you could try to hoof her in the front butt if you like.
Grab a dick and twist it. Sorry, I needed to interject something less serious.
Yeah.
Seducer? Oh, Jesus.
You can give that a shot too if you want.
Usually it's the other way around with the vampires, but
usually
give me a better description of her.
Oh, we're going.
She's not your type, bro. This isn't
She's
the
not a
muscle mommy you've been looking for.
Damn it.
It's the wrong kind of muscle.
I mean, if she's a vampire, though, she's probably stronger than normal, which means she can still throw me.
She can definitely throw you for sure.
Yeah. Then she's a muscle mommy.
I mean, if she's a vampire, to be clear.
Muscle mommy doesn't necessarily mean muscles. Muscle mommy just means stronger than me.
Hey.
I mean, what an approach to that.
We'll end the conversation
what
right here.
An approach
It's
to
not
that.
muscle mommy. It's monster mommy.
Monster mommy. Monster mommy and muscle mommies are kind of on par with each other.
This is what I'll tell you. She's a fiendling, so she's already kind of a monster mommy.
Not into latex.
Like that. No, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want a dominatrix. He doesn't want to risk being put in a cage or things of that nature.
Yeah.
He just wants to be thrown around.
I like abusive girls that make really good al pastor. like my ex.
You mother. So first off, I did not get all the dice out of the bag, but I did find the D4 for this set I was missing.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I'll try to paint a better picture here. She's a fiendling.
Yeah.
She's not extremely tall. She's probably, like 5'7". Not necessarily short, but not tall. She's got a sort of, I almost want to say auburn skin, like a dark red brown sort of skin, not quite a burgundy. And she's got little horns that go up like the side of her head, almost kind of like a hairline, almost like like if you were to have like if you were to do a side part on one side or the other, that's where the lines would be, where the horns are. She's got a suck on her horns. She's got little kind of sort of pronounced canines, but not full on fangs. But also, like, you're like, that's part of the reason you're like, maybe she's a vampire, but like, there's more to it than that. And she's got, let's say it's brown hair that is of medium length that she has braided tightly to her head as to not risk getting hair inside somebody's wounds.
Yeah.
Wearing, I don't know, a white nurse style dress. I'm just yes-anding here, guys.
Hello,
what do you want?
No, I think that's fine. I'm just trying to get a better picture before I start trying to flirt with her.
Dog, I'm just sitting here, rifle at the ready going, this is my weapon. This is my gun. This is for shooting. This is for fun.
Jeez Louise. So she puts her hand on my chest trying to kind of calm me down and stuff like that as I'm. That was what happened right before I started doing my investigation there.
Mm-hmm. Her hand is colder than normal. How about that one? There's one for you. Yeah. You're like, well, it's kind of a cold hand.
Yeah. I say, I really appreciate you trying to make me feel better. I don't know. I've just felt lost ever since. I'm sorry. I don't mean to put all this on you. It's just, it's been a rough few days for me. But I do appreciate you taking a moment to talk to me. Kind of ease my concerns, I guess. And I kind of give her a look, just like I'm wanting her to ask more, but like egging her on a bit, but like not openly saying it.
Go ahead and give me that feels like we're going down charm. Give me a cleverness.
Yeah. Cleverness, D10?
Yes. D10 on the cleverness here.
Cleverness. It's 8.
8 on the cleverness. And you're just trying to get her sort of involved here.
Yeah, sort of get her talking and kind of like breaking down some of her barriers a little bit.
Sure. I think that you get her just because she thinks like maybe this will get you to stop trying
Shut
to
the
go in
fuck up and
there.
leave.
So shut the fuck up and leave. She's like, oh, tell me, what happened to you?
I had a kind of a life before all this adventure, and I was doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I worked for a while as a medic, and on my way to work one day.
She slowly, as you're talking, she's like turning you and getting you into the chapel, which also means she's going into a space where she's alone, even though incredibly well lit. I'm just setting the scene.
Yeah. And I used to work as a medic, and one day while I was on the job, I got really, really badly hurt. It changed my life. I ended up waking up one day in a place I wasn't familiar with, and most of my skills were kind of irrelevant. And I've been trying to find a way to make myself useful ever since. And, I figured now I might have a chance to kind of do that again. And I feel lost. You ever felt that way? Just like there was something you were meant to do, but you couldn't do it, and it just eats at you.
Well, I know there's something I'm meant to do, and that's bring healing with these hands. But if it was ever taken from me, I just don't know what I'd do. I'd be so lost.
That's how I feel right now.
But you'll find what your new thing is. I have faith.
Well,
so you just go on. You get some rest. You think on it. You think good about it. I've got to get to what I'm good at.
If you don't mind my asking real quick, there was a fellow that I kind of came in with, and I was doing my best to ease his pain. I just didn't know what to do in that moment. I can't remember his name, but he was the one that had the cockatrice bite on him that was kind of turning his stone. Did he turn out okay?
Yes. That man, we are working with him. We hope to be able to save him, but it is cockatrice venom. It can be difficult and tricky.
Yeah,
you got him here quick, so that'll help.
Well, I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Go on. Get some rest. She gives you a little pat on the butt.
Yeah. On the butt?
Yeah, go on.
I turn over my shoulder and wink at her when she does that.
Yeah, sure. It lands.
Yeah.
What's your next plan, Hotshot?
That's all I got. I got shot down faster than I ever thought I would.
Yep.
My didn't roll. What?
Great. So
I know. I rolled great on the one, not the others. Unfortunately, the one I did roll, I didn't have the knowledge on.
Yep.
I mean, I rolled as good as I could with the D10 for the most part.
Yeah, you rolled really good there, which is why you were able to get the wheels rolling, which then helped you realize that she's definitely on the side of the bloodsuckers.
Yeah.
You can't say exactly what, because I can't give you too much, because you can't just come into it being like, yes, I know all about the vampires of this world. Considering where you're originally from, according to your own backstory, them motherfuckers don't even exist.
Yeah. I got the Witcher games to draw reference from.
Sure. So yes, what were you doing this whole time? Is there anything that you wanted to do, Dalen?
Well, I escorted her away from the door and the room, giving you a clear entrance line.
Yeah. While he kept her busy, did you want to also be investigating her, or did you want to sneak past her?
Dalen is totally sitting here at the end of everything. Dalen's just gonna be like, "Man needs a self-help book." like I said, Dalen was sitting there keeping an eye on things. Just fucking really confused. But yeah, he went into the room and started checking on people without waking them up.
Checking on the injured people. Yeah, now you're in there, you're giving him a closer look, and you're trying to stay away from the known vampire. You're seeing that nobody is improving, and you know why. You can assume that some of them are getting drained, but for the most part, they're just not really treating people. There's just no reason for them to. So, yeah, nobody's getting better. Some are getting worse. Just kind of no movement there.
Okay. I wish I had an incapacitate.
Well, we're already getting near the end. So
Can we just end it with me running up and swinging my gun against the side of her head as hard as I could?
You know what? We'll end it with you deciding what you want to do next time. Let's meet up briefly with
Stelios.
With Helios. Should have started crying. He didn't roll good enough to start crying. Get out of here.
I didn't. That's why I didn't start crying. Otherwise, baby crocodile tears would have got her.
We're going to catch up with Helios, who catches up with Roland. Helios, while you were sitting there chit-chatting, fucking yip-yapping and jaw-jacking, he catches you as you make your way back into your room because you don't know where the fuck else to go.
Yeah.
And you figure now they're kind of keeping an eye on you. So he's in your room. And he goes,
well, hello there, buddy.
He goes, all right, so wrong one.
You're welcome.
He goes, all right, so let me, I'm looking around, and this is what I know. Definitely, there's something going on. Based on what I see, there's probably a couple of hidden rooms here and there. I couldn't tell you exactly where any of them are right now, but I can tell you where I think maybe there's one or two. I can say that Abbott and that Abbess, they working with a vampire.
Yeah, the Rosa definitely is too. What's she called in this one?
To make it worse, I don't think they're just working with the vampire. I think that they probably is also vampires of some sort. I can't, but it don't seem like they're the leaders, surprisingly enough. But the thing that was worse to find out is that little girl is too.
What?
First of all, fuck you.
So I don't know how many more, but that's what I was able to find out. Luckily enough, they didn't see me. It was like I didn't even exist.
Well then.
And so that's what we're going to leave off. We're going to leave off with the big reveal coming way sooner than it should have. I don't know how I'm going to stretch this out to be as many episodes as I need it to be, but we're going to make it work one way or the other. With all that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the intrigue, the spooks. This ends up being a perfect thing to run for our spooky season. Thank you, of course, to Houndsong Games who make the Relic system. We're having a lot of fun, and who actually made this very module we are running, which is Hunger at the House of Healing. In case you were at all interested, feel free to go check that out. This, I'll tell you that if you choose to play this on your own, it's definitely not the way it's meant to be run. But as a GM, you have to be willing to yes and play with what the people want to do. So that's what we did, and we're having a lot of fun with it. And honestly, I knew things were going to go off the rails as soon as I asked the questions. Hey, is Balin's brother still a fucking vampire? Because that's
vampire.
Half vampire? Whatever.
So what?
It
is
was
it,
important to this.
Pretty much.
All
So
right, Wesley
I was
Snipes.
like, well, fuck, that's going to have to give him some sort of bonus, isn't it? Like I said, thank you for joining us. Join us again, not next week, but the week after, where we continue with System Overload and continue in the Relic system. And let's see where things go. I'm sure there's going to be a combat next time. And we'll see exactly what that even looks like. Until then,
Poor fucking Dalen by himself.
until then, we're going to see more of us, and by us I mean me, on stream here Friday. Join us for Mythcraft Country. We're back. We took a little hiatus while I went to go see a little showy show, but we're back. So we're gonna have fun with that. Whatever, man. Don't yuck my yums on my own channel. You won't see either of these guys there, but you'll see some different guys. It'll be a lot of fun. And until then, like I said, I've been Jeff. Joining me, as always, on these Wednesdays is Tony.
Hey guys, I'm Tony. I'm your friendly neighborhood giant, Goliath shopkeeper, and all-around fun guy. And I play the lovable and sometimes dumbable Roland, as he was in this episode. And it's been super fun.
Yeah. Also joining me, an old friend of the channel and a fun face to see return, Ulvin.
Hi, I'm Ulvin, aka Left for the Last. You can find me pretty much anywhere under left, the number 4, the last. I've said this once before, I'll say it again. I'm coming back to streaming, I'm coming back to D&D, coming back to be a nerd. So, look forward to it.
He's on his way back. Check out his channel, that's Left for the Last, where he's going to stream a bunch of just weird shit, like a game where the whole point is to just build a factory. For what purpose? No purpose. No.
Don't worry about the purpose. Fix-It needs these resources for the betterment of humanity.
So catch him there. Catch us 2 Wednesdays from now. You can also catch me this Friday and next Wednesday for Katie Mischief's wonderful show. I hope that you feel good and overloaded. And until next time, tell good stories.
Tell a good story.